please. Click the first one.
This one?
Yes.
What group is it?
First hand I see. Click it. Just click. Characteristics of the House and the Senate. First hand. You got it first. You got it second. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the seats in the House are determined by each state's population.
Seats in the House are determined by seats of population. Yes.
And then the Senate, there's 60 total seats, and 100 seats, and each state gets 2 seats.
Each state gets 2. So the Senate's based on the New Jersey plan or equality. House is 435 based on population or the old Virginia plan. Anything else you can tell me?
Yeah.
And anybody in the group can say something.
The House is elected every 2 years.
2-year terms. Go ahead.
The Senate is elected every 6 years.
How does those terms work?
Well, what do you mean?
2-year term, 6-year term. Everybody's elected every 2 years and every 6 years? 5, 4.
What? No.
3.
The House is elected. What do you mean?
Tell me how the terms work. Anybody in the group can jump in?
They're
Yeah.
elected every 2 years.
Who?
No, the congresspeople.
All,
Members of the House.
all of them are elected every 2 years. Yeah, they are. What about the senators?
The Senate is by the third every.
It is. It's a third, a third, and a third. So basically, it's supposed to slow the House down, if you remember. Anything else you can tell me? You gave me term. You gave me membership. Go ahead.
They're elected based on like congressional district.
Yeah. Go ahead. Zoom in on him. Get closer. Get closer. Go ahead, Ryan.
Like the members of the House are arranged into districts.
How big are the districts? 5.
How big are they?
Yeah. How many people? 4.
500,000 people.
-1. Who's next?
30.
Who was
Oh,
next?
what? Oh.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
So the House is speeding. You get 2 to 3 minutes to talk.
You do actually get a very short amount of time to talk.
You can get what? You can get minutes from other people. In the Senate, you can filibuster.
What is a filibuster?
Where politicians, usually done by the minority party, can talk as long as they can because no voter action can be done while that's happening.
No voting can be done, no bills can be introduced,
But
nothing can be done.
You can't have a closure vote.
Cloture voting.
Which
How many senators do you need for closure?
60.
You need 60. A filibuster is basically where the senators can speak as long as they want about anything that they want. So they can talk about the bill, they can talk about amendments. I gave some examples of other things that they could talk about. Do you remember what they were? 5.
You can talk about anything. You can read off a cookbook.
Well, I didn't say that, but the
Grocery
phone book, the Bible, your grocery list, as long as you keep on talking. And
Yeah.
do you remember what the longest filibuster was?
Yeah, by Strong Thurmond.
Strong
And it was over
Thurmond, yes.
24 hours.
It was over 24 hours. It was. And then the bill passed immediately after he stopped talking. Anything
Yeah.
else you can tell me differences?
Yeah, to be in the House, you need to be 25 years old.
You do need to be a
In the
minimum of
Senate,
25.
You need to be 30.
30.
In the House, you need to have 7 years of
7?
residency. In the Senate, you need 9.
You need 9. The idea is that the Senate is the upper house, so your qualifications need to be a little bit higher. You need to be a little bit older, a little bit more experienced. You have a longer term. You also need to have a longer residency with the idea in mind that if you've lived here longer, you know the country a little better. Anything else?
Yeah, I think treaties and appointments are done by the Senate.
Only the Senate is actually going to be the group that votes on treaties and appointments. President will nominate, the Senate will advise and consent, ultimately accepting or denying. Same thing with treaties. President can negotiate treaties, but they're not law until the Senate ratifies it. Go ahead.
The House can charge a president with impeachment,
Yes.
but the Senate can trial them.
Yeah, that's true. The House actually charges. So when you're impeached, it doesn't mean that you're guilty of anything, just means that you've been charged. The Senate tries the actual impeachment, chaired by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and then ultimately the House members will come over and act as prosecuting attorneys in the actual case. Anything else?
Yeah, revenue bills can be initiated by the House and the House only, but they can be passed, shut down by the Senate.
Yeah, the revenue bills, and the idea is that since the people voted most directly, most immediately, most frequently on the House members, all of the revenue bills are going to be initiated. Taxing, spending, things like that in the House, because the people have the best control there. The Senate cannot initiate them, but the Senate can consider them, amend them, pass them, and kill them. The House cannot consider, amend, pass, or kill treaties or appointments. Anything else you want to say? 5,
Nope.
4, 3. Yeah.
What about checks and balances?
What about checks and balances? Come zoom in. This is going to be bad.
No, don't listen.
This is going to be bad. I have a feeling.
Each branch of the government gets to like check each other one,
Yeah.
so that they don't do anything against the law.
Yeah.
Giving each of 3 branches of government the power to restrict the actions of the others. That's the thing. What do you mean? I should get a point for that.
So anyway,
-1. Pick me a category. Go ahead. Touch the house. Pick me a category. Y'all have the lead.
Let's do the Congress.
For what?
Points.
How many?
2.
2. I need somebody to draw. Who's going to come draw for me?
Is it easy?
Somebody from, come on up. Come on up, Edmund. Could you hit the light switch? Edmund, we're going to start this at the 9, and you're going to have 1 minute. I need you to draw that. Got it? Can't write any words, nothing like that. On the 9, actually, starting on the 4. Go, oh my. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Your group has
Don't
it.
judge art unless it's done.
Oh my God. Oh.
Can anyone guess that?
They are the ones that have it for now. But you'll get a chance to steal it, I suppose. Okay, remember, you only have 45 more seconds.
We should just yell out words?
No, yeah, you can yell out words. You can yell.
Yo.
This is from the Oh, okay, this is getting better. Uh-oh.
Discrimination?
Keep yelling. 15 seconds. No, 20 seconds.
Impeachment.
Impeachment?
The 3/5 compromise. Huh?
From the Congress chapter. This is really not bad.
Oh,
Not yet, though. 10 seconds.
Slavery.
From the Congress chapter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any guess at all?
Me.
Go.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
That's not from the Congress chapter this time. Hand me the microphone, or I'm sorry, the marker. If you
The
would.
microphone.
-2.
Literally.
Oh!
Yeah, you can sit down. First hand I see.
Baseball.
Explain to me.
Can you give him -1 because he said baseball?
No, I.
Yeah, that's only fair.
Okay, fine.
That's
Throw
only
away
fair.
one
Well,
away.
he didn't have control. I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
true.
give y'all.
That's
Can
true.
y'all explain the significance of spanking from the Congress chapter? First hand I see. It looks like you. Okay, no, it looks like you.
I'll send China.
Yeah, I'm asking you what spanking is. I'm getting ready to take away more points. So I need an answer from your group. That's all I need. Spanking. 5, 4,
You can't. It's not
3,
a law because.
2, 1. -2. Go ahead, Richard. Spanking.
It's cruel and unusual punishment.
That's -2. I need your answers. Go. Tell me the significance of spanking. Yeah, the significance of spanking. Richard, need you to focus. Go
They
ahead.
were trying to say how, like, remember how you were giving examples how this is not really spanking?
Who? What state was it? 5. It was California. What did California try and do?
They tried to pass a bill that would like make spanking in public illegal.
They tried to pass a bill, and it wasn't just in public. They tried to pass a bill that would ban spanking for what children? Do you remember? It was under 4 years old. Yes, it was. And what would be the penalty on this?
no, a year or a fine, I think.
What? 5. Tell me, what was the penalty? 4,
It was a
3. You can use your
It
notes.
was a misdemeanor.
Nobody
or-
takes notes. 2,
I know.
1.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, you're out though. You've already missed on this one. The spanking, it was 1 year up to a year in prison, and it was considered a misdemeanor. And if you remember on this, go back and look at the article. The woman's nickname, she was an old spinster, Sally Lieber, because she introduced a bill to ban spanking, and she didn't have any kids. Did it, first hand I see. Did it ever pass?
No.
It did not actually pass. Yeah! Now you're only -3. It never passed. Schwarzenegger said that it would be very, very difficult to enforce this and costly, so it never passed. To my knowledge, it hasn't passed in any. Yes.
Is that because it's hard to define what spanking
You
is?
could argue that, but the bigger piece was that it was really hard for them to enforce because of all of the complaints that could come from it.
Okay.
If you will, Natalia, click, and if you, because now you have control of the board, pick me a category. Here's your chance. Touch the house,
I
please.
want civil rights for 5 points.
Civil rights for 5. Click it.
Oh.
Voting rights test. Y'all have it first. You've got it next. You'll have it third.
Okay.
This is a big one. Voting rights
I know.
test.
So,
And anybody can answer.
okay. So basically, the voting rights test, the white men would make sure. First of all, it could only be like smart white men that own property.
How about let's do this? Give me examples of the voting rights tests. 5.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nestle. 4.
Deciding the bubbles.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead, tell me.
The soap bubbles.
Soap bubbles. Go ahead, explain it to me.
Oh, that you have to tell them how many bubbles you could count.
In a bar of soap.
How many bubbles were in a bar of soap? Here's the thing. Basically, if you went to vote, the poll workers would give you a bar of soap and they would say, how many bubbles are in this bar of soap? What's the problem with that test?
No one, you can't know.
Nobody is really going to know how many bubbles are in a bar of soap. Not the people wanting to vote or the people giving you the bar of soap. So you're basically going to say, if I want you to vote, you're going to vote, and if I don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Why would that work? What was the law? Go ahead, Jerome.
It wasn't against race or it wasn't against race, religion, or anything like that. It was
Okay,
just-
what amendment was dealing with this? 5. Because this will help you.
14.
4. -5. You've got it next. What amendment dealt with the voting rights test? Anybody in your group? 15th Amendment. It was.
So close.
It should be 1.
I wasn't even done.
I know, but once you get it wrong, you're done. The 15th Amendment. Why would the soap bubble test pass the 15th Amendment?
Because it was based off of not color but previous servitude.
Color and what else? Because Jerome actually did say 1. Jerome, you said race. I'll give you that. So race and what else?
Previous servitude.
Previous condition of servitude and what else? 5.
Color.
It was color.
That's the same as race.
Not in the 15th Amendment. The 15th Amendment says you cannot deny or abridge the right to vote on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. However, you could do other things
Yes.
like the soap bubble test. Give me another test.
Jelly bean test.
What's the jelly bean
They
test?
had a jar of jelly beans and they had to guess how many was in there.
They did, and this was not based on race, color, previous condition of servitude. It was based on the number of jelly beans in a jar. Give me another one.
Literary text.
What is the literacy test?
They would give them a paragraph. If they wanted them to vote, they'd give it to them super easy. If they didn't, they'd give them a super hard one.
Okay, what else could the literacy test have been? 5. Anybody in the group? 4.
The grandfather.
Okay, now that's a different
No, I
test,
know
but
what
tell
it
me more about literacy tests. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, Ryan.
What?
It could be as easy or hard as the person running the poll wants.
Okay, she said you could get a paragraph. What else could they give you as part of the literacy test?
They can give you anything.
Like what? Maybe a video clip that I showed you. Maybe
I know.
a video that I gave you.
I know.
5. Go ahead, tell me.
I know.
Like judges in
4, 3.
They could ask you the number of judges, and then what did he ask her?
The name.
The names. What was the clip?
Oh my god, I know what it is.
It's from Selma.
It was
Oh my
from
God.
Selma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A literacy test could actually deal with a paragraph like you had said, or it could actually deal with them giving you questions. And I gave you sample questions in the voting rights test video, and the Selma clip is a really good one. So we've got literacy test, jelly bean test, soap bubble test. There's 2 more.
Grandfather clause.
What was the grandfather clause?
The grandfather clause is another way for people.
Yeah, I know that, but what did it do?
No, so basically, like, if your grandfather was able to vote, then you have the chance to vote as well. But then usually they would mess, like, if they didn't want you to vote, they'll make you, like, take a harder test.
Poll workers would actually give you the test sometimes of if they wanted you to vote, they'd give you the test that would be most likely to do so. And if you think about former slaves, the newly freedmen at that point, their grandfathers couldn't vote, so they're basically eliminated. What people forget though is a lot of poor whites, grandfathers couldn't vote either, which meant it wasn't based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude because they banned black and white potential voters. That's how it passed the 15th. The big one is the last one. Go ahead, your group still got it.
The poll tax.
The poll tax. What was the poll tax?
You had to pay a tax to vote, so it kind of discriminated.
Remember like how much it was?
It was,
I remember.
5.
15.
15. It's the